Hello and welcome to Awaz News. I'm Kubra Ali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada. Greenbelt housing needed due to rising immigration, Premier Ford. Toronto man listed as one of the Canada's 25 most wanted arrested in United Kingdom. Ontario man charged with allegedly trafficking 188 bricks of suspected cocaine into Canada. Toronto massage therapist charged with sexual assault. Police believe there may be more victims. Husband facing murder charge after woman found on Etobicoke roadside dies of injuries, Toronto police. Judge rules Duckford Sylvia Jones immune from testifying at Emergencies Act inquiry. Health Canada says there's a shortage of some antibiotics used to treat children. These were the headlines, and let's jump right into the details. A 68-year-old man from Brampton, Ontario, is in police custody after he was caught allegedly trafficking 188 bricks of suspected cocaine into Canada last month. The Canada Border Services Agency CBSA said in a news release issued Monday, on October 17, a commercial truck driver at the Canada-US land border at the Blue Water Bridge in Point Edward, Ontario, which is adjacent to Sarnia. At the time, the CBSA said the driver was sent to secondary screening for further examination, where agents noticed inconsistencies in the load. A closer look revealed that the truck was carrying 188 brick-shaped objects of suspected cocaine, according to the CBSA. The driver was arrested following the alleged discovery and transferred to RCMP custody. An image of allegedly seized narcotics was provided by the CBSA. As a result of investigation, Zenon Bielkowski, 68 of Brampton, is charged with the importation of cocaine, contrary to Section 6.1 of the Controlled Drugs and Substances Act, and possession of the purpose of trafficking, contrary to Section 5.2 of Controlled Drugs and Substances Act. Top brass from both the CBSA and RCMP recognized the efforts by the officers on the ground following seizure, calling it significant. As well, Minister of Public Safety Marco Mendicino recognized the CBSA for their work on the front line. Toronto police say a man has been charged with murder after his wife, who was found suffering from serious injuries on side of a road in Etobicoke several weeks ago, died in hospital. Police responded to a call about unknown trouble in the area of Gamma Street and Valermo Drive near Browns Line and Evans Avenue at around 3:10 a.m. on September 25th. Officers arrived to find a woman lying near the road with very serious injuries. She was rushed to the hospital via an emergency run. Police revealed Monday that the victim, who has since been identified as 43-year-old Catherine Zolorano, died of her injuries more than a month later on November 2nd. A 48-year-old man was arrested and charged with numerous offenses, including attempted murder, during the initial investigation, police said. In light of the woman's death, investigators announced upgraded charges in the case Monday. Giuseppe Antonio Zolorano is now facing one charge of first-degree murder. Police confirmed to CP24.com that he is the victim's husband. Zolorano is scheduled to make a court appearance on November 8. Investigators are asking anyone with further information about the case to reach out to Toronto police. A Toronto massage therapist has been arrested and charged following a sexual assault investigation by Halton Regional Police. The alleged incident happened at a spa in Halton Hills in July of this year. A female victim contacted police after receiving a massage treatment. On Saturday, a suspect was arrested. Police said 66-year-old Lee Ming Q was charged with one count of sexual assault. Investigators said they believe there may be additional victims. Q works as a registered massage therapist at various locations in the Greater Toronto area. In alignment with our victim-centric approach to sexual assault investigations, we cannot provide any further details at this time, police said in the press release. Q has been released from custody pending a court appearance. Pharmacists are adapting treatment plans because some drug companies in Canada are reporting shortages of antibiotics commonly used to treat children. 4 pharmaceutical companies are reporting shortages of drugs that contain the antibiotic amoxicillin, Health Canada said. Melanie McInnes, a pharmacist and the clinical pharmacy coordinator at Halifax's IWK Children's Hospital, said amoxicillin is a go-to drug when treating a range of illnesses in children. It's the initial choice for many common infections. We use it a lot, McInnes said in an interview Monday, including to treat pneumonia, bronchitis, and ear infections. Drug companies Sanis Health, Apotex, GSK, and Teva Canada have each reported amoxicillin shortages on Canada's drug shortage database. Health Canada said there are 8 other drug producers offering medication with amoxicillin that are not currently reporting issues with supply. McInnes said the hospital is keeping a close eye on its inventory and pharmacists are making alternative medication plans in consultation with doctors to manage supply of the drug. Provinces and territories to address supply concerns. McInnes said she expects that by early December, pharmacists will have a better picture of what kind of supply of amoxicillin is available. A Toronto man listed as one of the 25 most wanted individuals in Canada has been arrested in the United Kingdom, the Toronto Police Service (TPS) confirmed Monday. A spokesperson for TPS told CTV News Toronto that Usman Qasim was arrested in Manchester in early October and remains in custody there. Qasim, 39, has been identified as the main suspect in 2020 North York drive-by shooting and in a 2021 incident which a woman had a gun held to her head in a parking lot. On April 1, 2020, police responded to reports of gunshots in the area of Leslie Street and Shepherd Avenue East. Police say a man in a grey Dodge Durango fired at a couple, narrowly missing them. The shooter immediately fled the scene, police say. More than a year later, on October 25, 2021, TPS responded to a 911 call made just after 3:30 a.m. in the same area of North York. A man in a white Dodge Charger approached a woman in an underground parking garage while holding a pistol. Investigators allege he threatened her while holding the gun to her head. As officers arrived on scene, the man escaped, ramming into a police car before fleeing the scene. Qasim was wanted by TPS for several charges, including but not limited to 2 counts of attempted murder, unauthorized possession of a firearm, and discharging a firearm with intent. We are in communication with police in Manchester about this individual but cannot provide more details on those discussions at this time, Caroline Declote of TPS said Monday. More information will be released once this individual is in Toronto police custody. Ontario Premier and Top Minister will not have to testify at Emergencies Act inquiry in Ottawa due to immunity provided to them by parliamentary privilege, a federal court judge ruled Monday. Justice Simon Fothergill said a summons issued to Premier Doug Ford and Deputy Premier Sylvia Jones by the Public Order Emergency Commission is valid, but the pair can resist it by invoking their parliamentary privilege, which is granted to sitting politicians. The summonses issued by the Commission to Ford and Jones are valid, Fothergill wrote. However, so long as Ontario Legislative Assembly remains in session, the applicants may resist the summonses by asserting parliamentary privilege, and the Commission cannot take steps to enforce their attendance and compel them to give evidence. Ontario's legislature has been in session since early August and remains in session regardless of adjournments. Both sides and the judge agreed on that point. The Public Order Emergency Commission is examining the federal government's use of the Emergencies Act to end the so-called Freedom Convoy protests last winter in Ottawa and Windsor, Ontario. Commissioner Paul Rollo summoned Ford and Jones to testify at the inquiry because he wanted to know their role in the crisis that left downtown Ottawa occupied for weeks and traffic blocked from entering Canada at the country's busiest border crossing. They were set to testify on Thursday. Ford's office declined to comment after the decision came. At news conference early Monday, Ford repeated earlier comments that the inquiry is a federal matter, not a provincial one. This is a federal inquiry based on the federal government calling for the Emergencies Act, he said. This is a federal issue. Ford and Jones had filled an application for a judicial review and sought a stay at the summons. They argue the summons should be quashed because they are immune to testifying due to parliamentary privilege that allows them to focus on their duties at Queen's Park. Both Ford and Jones have already invoked their parliamentary privilege, court heard last week. The Ottawa Coalition of Residents and Businesses, which was standing in the inquiry, joined the Commissioner in the judicial review case. They argued last week their clients wanted to hear from Ford and Jones about their involvement or lack thereof to solve the crisis in Ottawa and Windsor. The people of Ottawa felt abandoned during a 3-week occupation in February, where their streets became zones of lawlessness, and coalition lawyer Bijan Roy. The court's decision places it squarely in the hands of Premier Ford and Minister Jones as to whether or not they will show the Commission and the people of Ottawa the courtesy and respect of coming to our city and explaining their role in the troubling events of February 2022.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.